sky, so clear from my view. I'm standing still, the world still moves. I'm counting sheep to try to fall asleep, wondering why I'm the only one.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Daily Grind Fantasy official live stream for this 5-game NBA slate. Cannot wait to break it down. This slate does officially start at 8 o'clock p.m., so don't panic, everybody. We will be giving you all of the information for you guys will need for this 5-game slate. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. You guys heard the atomic bomb, I'm sure, because you all are spamming the chat with questions about the Memphis Grizzlies. So let's jump right into it, TJ. We have the Memphis Grizzlies rolling out their entire roster, essentially. We have Grayson Allen, Kyle Anderson, Dylan Brooks, Clark, Jackson, Tilly, me, TJ, Kevin.
Yep, we're on the bench.
My mom, my dad.
Yep,
we're all
there.
out.
We're the eighth, ninth. No,
we're
me
there?
and Kevin we're on the roster. Yeah, we're the 8th, 9th, and 10th off the bench tonight.
Might as well be.
I don't think we're gonna see minutes, but
yeah, it's a great opportunity. I cannot wait to jump into this. So,
hey, give me.
let's actually talk about people that actually matter, though. Not too many matter for this team. We have Tillman at 42.4%. We have Bane at 26.8%. Guys, we're not used to talking about. Joe Val's up here in ownership. John Morant's also up here. Like, what's going on, TJ? Help me determine who we're going to be playing for cash from this team.
Yeah, so Matt, in terms of cash, if we're looking at Memphis, I think there's a lot of fantastic plays, a lot of good value. Obviously, the guys you just talked about being out, we got no Grayson Allen, no Kyle Anderson, no Dylan Brooks, and no Brandon Clark. Those are the 4 main guys that we are focusing on because Jaren Jackson is yet to make his season debut. And with that being said, Matt, wait a second. Where's my sheet?
I have it if you need it.
No, I have it. It just closed out for some reason. So the sample size is a little bit smaller.
Very
so what
small.
I did is I went through the last 2 years.
Okay.
John Morant in this time, and again, this is a
a
limited
beast?
sample size. It's only 60-ish minutes. Yeah, we're looking at a guy that gets a 13.1% usage bump, Matt. 1.38 fantasy points per minute, a 40% total usage. Currently pegged for 54.6 DraftKings points. So again, take that with a grain of salt, but even still, Matt, at 7,700, like I do think he's cash viable. I think he's in a really good spot against Phoenix. Obviously, with all these guys being out, the usage I think could be there. I don't think 39% is accurate. Neither do I think the 13% usage bump. But even still, I think Ja's a really good play. I really want to see what the starting lineup is going to be here, and unfortunately, we will not get that news probably before lock. So we're looking at a guy like Tillman, who's probably going to start at the 4 alongside Joe Val in the front court. Currently 3,400, Matt. 29 minutes is what we have projected for. 3.1% usage bump, 1.13 fantasy point per minute. So we have him pegged for like 33 DraftKings points, so almost 10 times value. Again, a little bit of a smaller sample size. So as long as Tillman starts, I love him in cash. Desmond Bane is another interesting play at 3,800, projected 27 minutes right now. Gets a 1.5% usage bump, 0.99 fantasy point per minute. If he starts alongside Ja, I love him for cash at 3,800. If it's Melton, I like him for cash.
They have McDermott actually. They have McDermott. Looks like he's projected to start, which is interesting.
Yeah, McDermott at the 3. I see that as well. There's really no sample size for him, but again, if he starts at 3,100, like I don't hate him. So I think the value here is going to rely strictly. Yeah, it's going to be Memphis. And the guys that I'm really going to hone in on are probably going to be John Morant, obviously, and then Desmond Bane and Tillman would be my 2 favorite as long as both of them start. That's where I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Joe Val against Phoenix, I don't hate it. So yeah, a ton of Memphis plays, but those are the 3 that I would really be looking at.
Did a great job about breaking that down, TJ. That was great. But here's the main question: other than Tillman and Bane, who else are you going to be playing in cash? Because we're going to get a ton of questions about this.
I think I might go Ja. Honestly, I think
Okay.
those are the 3 guys that I'm looking at. I think people are going to go and think that D'Anthony Melton's a decent play. I don't hate him. But again, it's mostly going to be who is starting. And right now, I can tell you if I'm running a cash line, it's going to be Desmond Bane and Tillman are going to be in my one line.
100%.
If I get to Ja, I honestly don't hate it. I love him at 7,700 with all these guys off the floor. So I think those are the 3 guys that I would be trying to fit into a cash line. But Bane and Tillman for sure. And then kind of, try and build my lineup tonight around that Memphis news and that starting lineup. But again, Bane and Tillman are cash for me 100%, and then potentially John Moran as well.
Yeah, you know this, TJ, that we love the thin rotations, and this is the thinnest rotation we've seen from the Memphis Grizzlies in a while. The price tags make sense, the ownership does make sense, and same thing with the minutes. So I think these guys are, honestly, I think this entire roster, you can make a good case for them being cash eligible for sure. So I think Tillman and Bane are the most obvious options. Let's just mark them up as chalk right now because we have 2 huge over-unders to hone in on as well because we don't want to get too drowned out in the Memphis chalk here. Let's go ahead and go down to the rest of these games, TJ. I want to talk specifically about this Portland-Washington game because we were talking about it in our video earlier on, and we finally get ownerships now. So we have a little bit of an idea of what's going on with the Washington. Let's start with the Washington side. The ownership is just non-existent. It's not there. 242. Like, what's going on, TJ? Are we playing any of these guys in cash? Do they make sense?
I mean, the over-under is obviously fantastic. Washington currently has the 2nd highest team total over-under, only behind Portland, so the team that they're playing.
Right.
Both these teams struggle defensively. Washington loves to play at a fast pace. So if you have some exposure here, like I don't hate it. I don't know if I'm going to go there because like I'd rather have Dame on the other side. That's where my interest lies, on the Portland side of the ball. If I'm landing on a guy like Beal, like I just don't know if that's viable tonight, like Beal and Westbrook, because I have way more interest in a LeBron and obviously a Dame.
Which explains their ownership, but yeah.
Yeah. So in terms of cash, like I don't think so. But for tournaments, sure, like Avdija is really cheap at 3,500 as a filler. So like if you landed there as a last piece, I wouldn't hate it. But I have more interest in that in the Memphis value now. I'd rather go to obviously Tillman and like Bane or McDermott if he's starting over a guy like Avdija. So yeah, Matt, in terms of cash, like I don't think I have too much interest in Washington.
I want to pause the stream real quick, TJ, because we just got a super what's it called? The super chat. Bobby, thanks for the recommendation.
Bobby
on Top
with
Shot.
the LeBron poll.
Oh,
Bobby's the one that got the LeBron poll.
Oh, is he? He's your buddy, right? What's going on, Bobby? Thank you, man. Thanks for the $2 donation. But yeah, you guys, hey, listen, Top Shot is on the rise. So if you guys haven't seen Top Shot, please go to that link that we have in the description for it.
Quick story.
Yeah.
So I told Bobby about Top Shot a while ago. He finally gave it a chance today. He joined the stress test. He joined it legitimately a minute before the queue started. He got number 3,100 or whatever.
Wish I was him.
He didn't even have money on his account. He put money on right before he checked out. He got his pack. He nonchalantly opened a LeBron James 3-pointer.
That's
with
crazy.
A serial number
and we've
of
had
like
some
6,
good luck. That's good luck.
The minimum sell on that is $785. So he legitimately just spent $9.50 and he's gonna walk out. He's gonna walk away with like $850 minminimum on that one card.
That's crazy. That is crazy. Great job, Bobby. I can see how you can afford a $2 donation right now. Awesome. All right, yeah, so let's get back on track here. Washington. Yeah, I think they're all GPP plays, but I think they're great GPP options, CJ. I really do. If Avdija is at 6.3%, Hachimura playing starter minutes at 32 minutes, you can make a case for him. 2.3% ownership. All these ownerships are just way too low for me, TJ, in this matchup. But again, all GPP options. If I'm landing on Bradley Beal as the last spot in cash, I definitely don't hate it, but I'm not prioritizing Bradley Beal or Russell Westbrook in the cash line.
Or anybody, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I agree, yeah.
Let's move over to the chalk, though. Damian Lillard, 24.5% ownership. Canner, 24% ownership. Both of these guys, we expected it, TJ. We really did with the ownership. Right when we got off, we're like, yeah, Portland's going to be chalk, and you're going to have to try to fit into some value. We're waiting for the Sacramento news. By the way, we are still waiting for them. But once this Grizzly news opened up, is it just going to be Portland and also Memphis Grizzlies tonight for you, TJ?
For cash, I mean, probably. Like, I think you could sprinkle in some of the Sacramento guys, obviously. There's some Chicago interest for me as well. But in terms of cash, like, yeah, I think if you're making a one line, I think the Memphis chalk is going to be good. And then obviously getting exposure to this Portland side of the ball in this Washington-Portland game is what I want to do, Matt. Dame, these last couple games, man, is just playing lights out. He's the most expensive guy on the slate at 10-6 in the highest over-under on the team that has the highest team total over-under. So Dame with no McCollum, no Nurk. Who else is out for them? Giles and Collins.
Yep.
He gets a 1.5% usage bump, Matt. He's a 1.47 fantasy point per minute, 34% total usage. We haven't pegged for 55 DraftKings points. If this game stays competitive and they actually do score around 100, they score 125 points, like Dame's going to go for 60 plus DraftKings
They
points.
should, yeah.
It's going to happen. So I love Dame tonight in cash. He's obviously my favorite spend up. And then Canner in a really good matchup against Mo Wagner and Hachimura down low. I love him at 6,900. So just based on the matchup, as a whole, like I love Dame. I love Canner. I talked about on the video this morning, like Simons is really cheap at 3,900. He should get those like mid 25 minutes. So I don't hate him as the last piece. And then Derek Jones. Those were the two guys that I talked about as cheap pieces. And it shows that they're the third and fourth highest owned on this Portland team. So I wouldn't hate them as fillers in cash, but Dame and Canner are the two guys that I absolutely want if I'm running a one line tonight from Portland.
Chris Smith, all one word. Thank you so much for the subscription. Really appreciate it. Really, really do. I think we're getting that glitch where everything comes in at one time. Hopefully it does. Yeah, there it goes. Ryan, thank you so much for the subscription. Really appreciate it. And there's TJ's face.
Thank you, Brian.
Awesome.
Thanks,
yeah,
everybody.
Completely agree with you, TJ. I think Canner, Lillard, and then some Memphis chalk looks really good for a starting point for a cash lineup right now. Let's go into some of these other matchups because they have a lot of other cash fillers. I'm going to start bouncing around now. Some ownership is showing up on Sacramento. De'Aaron Fox at $8,000. TJ, 35 minutes.
You said it right, guys.
You
stopped yourself.
I wound up.
You stopped yourself.
I wound myself up and I hit it out of the park. It's amazing. $8,000. 35 minutes. TJ, De'Aaron Fox. Did I say it right? De'Aaron?
Yeah, no, you messed it up right there. De'Aaron Fox. You had it. You've been saying De'Aaron for a while, so
I don't know why I say De'Aaron.
I know, it's just tough. It's a tough name.
It's a good matchup, TJ, against Chicago. What's your thoughts on De'Aaron Fox?
Yeah, I love him, Matt. Honestly, I think it's going to be between him and Ja, especially if you're paying up for Dame and maybe a LeBron. I think a viable option would also be to get Dame, Ja, and De'Aaron, as I like to call him, in your lineups. It's a fantastic matchup against Chicago, obviously, the second highest over-under that we do have on the slate. So, yes, I absolutely love him. I think I like him a little more, too, obviously, if Barnes and Holmes are out and GR3. So we are pending that news, which is going to be significant because if we see Barnes out again and Rashawn Holmes, that's going to mean Bielisi at 4,700 becomes a very intriguing
all these
play
guys are going to be
Chicago
great.
Bigs. So, yeah, this is something we definitely need to monitor. Hopefully we get some news before the 8 o'clock tip. But yeah, I'm not too sure if we'll get that lucky, Matt. But yeah, I love Fox and Cash. If you're landing there, he's carrying the ownership, rightfully so. Hallie Burton, I was high on him with all those injuries.
Dude,
last
his
game against
price
Miami.
tag is insane.
Yeah, 5,800 coming down a little bit from the 6,600 that we saw against Memphis. So yeah, I honestly don't hate him in this matchup against Chicago. I think people might be a little bullish on him because they did, he burned a lot of people against Miami, or he burnt me at least. But yeah, I still like him. But yeah, we're pending Harrison Barnes, we're pending Rashawn Holmes, and I think we need to kind of monitor that and wait and see what happens with those two guys because it is huge for the Sacramento side. But I think you can go Fox and Cash for sure.
Here's something to also note, TJ. Both of these games, the Sacramento game and the Memphis game, start at the exact same time. So we will have the news in Discord for you guys on who's going to be the better of the value plays because Memphis and Sacramento, if all these guys are ruled out for Sacramento, there's going to be a lot of comparisons here. And you guys are going to have to make some tough decisions. Honestly, TJ, right now, Sacramento looks to have more upside in terms of their value. We talk about Bielisi, what he did the other night. I mean, he dropped 50 points or something stupid like that?
Yeah,
but got pretty
10
close.
times almost,
yeah, so I really like the matchup here more so than the Memphis versus the Phoenix game. So I think if these guys are ruled out, you're going to have to make some tough decisions, at least in GPP's, TJ. I still think Memphis is going to be great chalk, but it's going to come down to some really tough decision making. And I think tonight, if you guys haven't signed up, $20 a month, we're going to be making those decisions for you. Probably won't go over the what if scenarios right now just because we're short on time. But I do like Sacramento. I love the chalk here. I love the matchup. As of right now, De'Aaron Fox at 35 minutes, a great great option. Hallie Burton, I think it might even be cash viable. $5,800, dude. I really, really do like that price tag. 14.3% ownership. If you land on him as a last piece, definitely don't hate it. But all these guys right now, pending the injury news, as of right now, I'm too uncomfortable to name any one of these guys cash viable. Let's move over to the other side. Chicago playing the defensive-less Sacramento Kings. We have Levine at 18.9% ownership. I think in terms of cash, TJ, I think it's the only guy I'm considering. I know you are showing higher ownership on Levine. What's your take on Levine?
So I got Levine at 23% ownership on Roto, Matt. I just don't know if I'll get to him in cash. Like, I think I would prioritize, obviously, Dame. I think I'm going to prioritize De'Aaron Fox, and I think I would prioritize Ja, and that's not even bringing up LeBron. So I think Levine might fall a little bit by the wayside. So at 9,200, I do love him in tournaments. We are still looking at Markkanen out, Hutchinson, and Otto Porter. And with those three guys off the floor, he gets a 4.1% usage bump, 1.42 fantasy point per minute, 35.5% total usage. So we have him pegged for 53 DraftKings points. So at 9,200, I do like him, Matt. If you do land on him in cash, I definitely don't hate it because it's a really good matchup against Sacramento. This game could 100% shoot out. The total right now, I think it's at 235. I could see them putting up 250 combined points. Like, these teams don't play defense.
Yeah.
So if you're landing on Levine, I don't hate it. Garrett Temple's a guy that's been playing a lot of minutes. It's a good matchup, obviously, against Sacramento at 4,300. Rates out pretty well on the sheet, Matt. 0.75 fantasy points per minute. So I don't hate him as a last piece, honestly, but I think the Memphis chalk is going to kind of bring down some of this ownership in terms of Garrett Temple. But again, at 4,300, don't hate him. Wendell Carter at 5,100, projected at 26 minutes. I don't hate him, especially if Holmes is out and he's going up against Bielitsa and Bagley. I think that's a good matchup for Wendell Carter, so I could get behind that as a cheap option. And then Kobe White also at 6,100, Matt. I think that's really cheap in this matchup against Sacramento. So that's where my interest lies, those four guys. Levine, obviously my favorite, but Garrett Temple is more of a salary saver. And then Wendell Carter, I think, has a pretty high ceiling tonight.
Yeah, for sure. Just a great matchup all the way around between Chicago and Sacramento. Let's move last but not least to this Miami Lakers game because there is some chalk here. It's talking specifically about LeBron James, the pay up option, 10.2K, 21.8% or 28.1% ownership. We have Anthony Davis and Schroeder officially out. And do I see... Is that true what I'm seeing? Okay, Kyle Kuzma's probable. I thought he was questionable for a second.
Kuzma's playing.
Yeah, he's playing. Okay. LeBron James.
He's starting. Yep.
LeBron James, TJ, are you trying to prioritize him over these other superstars?
So I'm not prioritizing him over Dame.
Okay.
Not in the matchup that he has. I understand he's without AD with Schroeder. Prioritize Dame over him. So now it's, do I want De'Aaron Fox and do I want John Morant or Zach LaVine? Yeah, one of those three with LeBron. I think you can honestly have a LeBron, Dame, and then one of those three in your lineup because there is so much Memphis value. So I don't know if that's going to be the route, but yeah, I think you're going to want LeBron in cash, Matt. 2.5% usage bump with no AD and Schroeder on the floor, 1.48 fantasy point per minute, 34.6% total usage, 53 DraftKings points is what we have him projected at right now. We saw him running some point last game as well. Assuming he starts at the point again tonight. So I do love LeBron, especially in cash. Tough matchup against Miami.
It is.
So if you have him in cash, I think you can feel confident in it. Again, I'm not sure what I'm doing. I'll tell you right now, I'm going to have Dame. I'm going to have one of Ja and De'Aaron Fox, and then I potentially might get to LeBron because I do love him at 10-2 with those guys off the floor. Besides that, I don't really have too much interest. Like Gasol kind of at 4K tickles my fancy, as does Caruso at 3,900. Caruso's gets a 2.9% usage bump, 0.78 fantasy point per minute. We have him pegged for almost 21 DraftKings points. So I think besides LeBron, Matt, I just don't. He's the only guy I'm really looking at. I'll take chances on Caruso in tournaments, potentially KCP, potentially Gasol. Maybe Kuzma, but LeBron's the only guy that I'm really honing in on, and I'm trying to figure out if I want him in cash.
And yeah, man, it's such a stretch. This over-under just keeps staring at me in the eye. I'm like, why am I even looking at this game? It's a 209. I get the usage. I really do. And I keep going back and forth whether LeBron's a good player or not, but my gut's telling me no, man. I have to get to these other players for upside. I'm talking about GPP. Cash, yes. LeBron James is obviously going to be a cash play. You know what to get from him. He's going to probably score about 50 points. You're going to expect that that from him. Okay, but the ceiling potential, man, with these other games are just so much higher. You're talking about a 242.5, a 235, a 233, and then a 209. Like, that's not even in the same realm as comparison, you know, between these two. And as much as I like LeBron James in this matchup, and as much as I like Jimmy Butler on the other side, these other players, man, Zach LaVine has such a high ceiling. All the Sacramento guys, Fox, we already talked about even Bradley Beal has such high upside in his matchup versus Portland. I don't know, TJ, it's going to be tough. For cash, though, yes, LeBron James is good for cash. For GPP, man, I think this is bad chalk. I really do in terms of upside. And again, the only way I think LeBron James hits his value is if this game gets his ceiling potential is if this game goes to OT versus Miami, which it easily could because the spread's only 3 points. All these games could potentially go to overtime. But man, 209 is just very, very low. It's a very bad defensive matchup here for LeBron James. And yes, LeBron James is matchup proof. I know that. But again, upside just not there for me. So that's my take on them. 209 is just very, very low over under. I'm going to end it on that note. We didn't even talk about Golden State and Charlotte, but we're getting really low in time here, TJ. We have about 15 minutes, if that. So let's go ahead and get to questions. We'll cover GPP plays, if you don't mind taking that direction.
Yeah.
Okay.
Real quick, Charlotte. Okay. I'm going to touch base real quick on Charlotte and Golden State, like 2 seconds. Sure. I think Hayward's probably my favorite play at 7,400. I do like Zeller at 600 going up against the bigless Golden State Warriors. I think he has potential there, but the minutes are a little bit wonky, showing 25. So tournament play only, nothing for cash. PJ Washington also at 5,300. I do like him as a tournament play. But I think Hayward's going to be my favorite play. I think LaMelo's going to carry some ownership just because he's LaMelo Ball and he's disgusting. But I'm not going to go there in cash. Again, when it comes to Charlotte, tournaments only for me. Same thing with Golden State. I don't think I'm going to roster any of these guys in cash. If you get up to Steph, like fine, but odds are you're probably going to be picking between two of three of Steph, LeBron, and Dame. I think you can have a lineup with those three guys because you have so much value with the Memphis cheapies. So you could have a stars and studs type lineup. I don't know if that's the build that I'll be going to, but I think it is viable. Oubre and Draymond, I have some interest in as well, Matt. They're going to carry some ownership. And then JTA is really cheap at 4,100. Just the minutes playing around the mid 20s. So I think he can get you 20 DraftKings points. I just don't know if he's going to smash and get you 30 plus if you're playing tournaments. So that's kind of the breakdown right there for Golden State and Charlotte. I think mostly tournament plays. If I had to go anywhere in cash, it'd probably be Gordon Hayward at 7,400.
TJ, we're getting a bunch of super draft questions, which I absolutely love. So if you don't mind, I'm going to punch in some super draft projections while you answer the YouTube chat.
Crunch that. I'm gonna check the Discord real quick and see if we have any premium questions, guys, and then I'll get
some super draft questions are actually coming from there, which is why I shifted over.
I love that, Matt. Premium YouTube. All right, so here we said, can you take Jackson Mahomes' brother off your YouTube banner? Am I Jackson Mahomes'? Am I?
No, he's talking about Patrick Mahomes as our banner.
Oh, okay.
Patrick Mahomes is still a good player, right? He didn't. Yeah,
he's decent.
He's good. Okay.
Ja or LaMelo? I like Ja in cash. Any love for Melton tonight? Not seeing why people don't like him. Yeah, Elmac, I do. Tournaments. I think you can go there in cash. Honestly, I think the minutes are going to be there. Super draft core Colt. Matt's going to get that soon. Do you like Thad Young for tournaments?
Holy
yes,
smokes.
Tournaments. Cash. We got Dame, Bane, LeBron, Tillman, Carter, Melton, Jones Jr., and Morant. I like that, Shane. Trent's got a lineup as well. Ja, Melton, Bane, Tillman, Canner, Dame, Bielisa if the injury news comes out, in Fox. I like that, especially the Bielisa play if the injury news comes out. So that's all we got for the premium channel. I'm going to hit the YouTube, Matt, while you do that.
I got some projections for you.
Go ahead, hit us.
John Morant has a 1.4 times multiplier. That's money. Woo! That's cash money. Tillman has a 1.9 multiplier.
Okay, so yeah, I mean,
Tillman's going to be chalky. He also is power forward eligible, so he doesn't even take your center position, which I absolutely love. Beautiful. Zach LaVine, 1.2. He shouldn't have a multiplier tonight in this matchup. That is crazy. Okay. We already talked about LaVine and his upside, 1.2. Russell Westbrook, 1.2 times multiplier. I'm not in love with Westbrook, but that's definitely a good multiplier for him. LeBron James technically has a multiplier, 1.05. Don't mind that. Draymond Green, TJ, this is one I'm actually surprised at, 1.55 times. So I do like that multiplier for Draymond Green. Canner, 1.45. He's center eligible. That should be your center tonight, honestly. 1.45. Are you kidding me? For a guy that could potentially be one of the highest scoring players on the slate, that might be a stretch. But 1.45. Canner, 1.45.
Oh, perfect,
yeah. So those are my favorite plays, TJ. Memphis with John Morant, 1.4. I think that you gotta lock him in 100%.
Okay, I like that. Let's get to the thing real quick, Matt, before they have Melton at 27 minutes at 4,800. Okay. Let us see here. Where did I? Oh, here we go. Bane, Tillman, Melton, same lineup. I think you can do it, Nick, tonight. Yep. Smitty's trying out Jock Market tonight. Love it, Smitty. If you have any questions, go ahead and feel free to DM us. I'll help you out. Nick has a lineup here. He's got Fox, Levine, Bane, Bielicia, Tillman, Melton, Bagley, and Dame. I don't hate that, Nick. Only Bielicia if Holmes and Barnes are out, though. Hey, Matt. Hey, TJ. Hi, Dave.
Going on.
Mike said, thanks, Matt and TJ. You guys help a lot. Appreciate that, Mike.
That's really
what we're trying to do. Ooh, I see a fade Melton. He's a trap. Oh, Jesse's got a complaint, Matt. He said an hour and a half before lock. You guys have been late AF lately. Jesse, we are sorry. I was on dinner duty tonight, so this is my fault. It's not Matt's fault. So I do apologize, but I hope we're getting you guys some good information.
Well, listen here, guys. We also make sure that we're late to this. We're not late. We are on time, actually. This is the normal time you're supposed to start because we're trying to get you all the slate-breaking injury news. All these other guys are getting off an hour before. What good does that do with NBA, okay? We're trying to give you updated information, so don't complain about that. Listen, guys, we're here on time. This is on time.
Matt, I'm seeing people saying you won't shock on the White Claw that you're apparently drinking. Steve, I couldn't have said it better myself. TJ was saying the same thing. Steve, I don't even remember saying. Kind of like Bertans, too, as a cheap power forward. I like Bertans as a tournament play. I talked about him, and we talked about him in the video today. Aaron. Ooh, Aaron dropped on the top shot. Didn't get a pack. Me neither, man. Don't feel bad, but we'll get some. Bill's got a lineup, Matt. We got Curry, Temple, Bane, Tillman, Whiteside, LeBron, Butler, and Jones Jr. I don't hate that. Tournaments only for me because you do have the LeBron Butler stack. Whiteside only if Holmes is out. I don't think I would have any interest there if Holmes is in. Fox or Rozier? Fox, excuse me, Fox and Cash. Cool Cats, Tyler Hero, and 8600. Oh, Matt, we have a Top Shot question in here from
what's that?
Sargon. He said he got a Cool Cat Styler Hero and an 8600 LeBron 3-pointer. I know it's off topic, but do I hold the LeBron or sell now?
Listen,
it seems like it's floating around the 770 mark. I think you hold.
For Top Shot in general, guys, if you have a superstar, you hold that. If you have rookies, you hold them right now. There's only a certain amount of players that you can get rid of right now.
My Tyrese Maxey.
You hold everything.
My Tyrese Maxey was $124 when I pulled it. $499 is.
I made my first Top Shot mistake, and I will never make it again. Kyle Anderson, you guys know the pool. Okay, well, we can talk about your idiotic plays too. But listen, Kyle Anderson, we pulled him on the legendary pack, got the pack for 1,000, so I sold him individually for $1,374. Still made profits, still obviously very happy about it. But today I checked, I cringed. $3,000 is up to right now, so that's you gotta hold everything. You gotta hold everything. Matt, I think he's 35 now.
34.25. Yeah.
34. Yep. Okay. So whatever, I mean, don't worry. But that's one of the cards. I'm holding absolutely everything else. If you guys have seen the pack opening, like Anthony Davis, I'm still holding. He's gonna be up there one day. Hopefully the Lakers win another championship, so I can sell him for like 5,000.
Matt.
Yeah.
Shut up. Richard, best player, 3,400 and under for Util. It's definitely going to be Tillman. If you do not have Tillman in your lineup, I would probably say it's going to be another one of those starters from Memphis. I like John Concher, honestly, but if McDermott starts, I think it would probably be McDermott at 3,100 for me. Top 3 best cash values, Danny. We'll get to that at the end. Matt, can you say De'Aaron Fox now, but TJ still can't say
Avdija?
Yeah, Avdija. Dude, what do I say? Avdija? What am I saying wrong? It's Avdija, isn't it?
I think it is. I've heard 2 different pronunciations.
Yeah. Calvin said Fox has sucked the last couple games. Matchup and good price, though. Yes, Calvin, 100% agree. That's why we do like De'Aaron tonight. De'Aaron. Yes, Matt. De'Aaron, as you like to say. Wait, what? 8 o'clock tip? I don't swing that way, said Juju.
That's
can't get in the
said.
Discord. Yeah. Matt, Brian Underwood said he can't get in the Discord.
Listen, all you have to do is disconnect and reconnect. He did. He DM'd us. All you have to do is disconnect, reconnect, and you're going to be back in, I promise. Just don't take off the recurring subscription. It will screw it all up. Do not take that off, okay? So just reconnect.
Sargon's got a turning line, Matt. He's got Dame, Caruso, Avdija, or is it Avdija? I don't know.
Avdija.
Carter Jr., Fox, De'Aaron Fox,
Avdija.
Derek Jones Jr.,
It's
Bagley, and Butler.
That makes sense.
I like that.
Avdija.
I think it's Avdija, honestly. I
Avdija. You cut out the J.
Slothy said Butler or Viber. No. Tournaments, yeah. I'm not going to go there and cash, but I do like them. Should I go Butler, LaMelo, Bam, Booker, or maybe Ja for my last spot in GPP? So if I'm choosing between those 4 guys, I'm probably going to go Ja. Fox or Josh straight up. I like De'Aaron Fox, especially if Barnes is out. Fave super draft plays. We touch base on that. We got a GPP lineup from DV8. Matt, we got Lillard, Temple, LeBron, Tillman, Joval, Tyus Jones, Bane, and Canner. I don't hate that. I'm a little bit skeptical
Grizzlies, huh?
of the Tyus Jones numbers, or minutes rather. He is cheap at 3,500, but that's the only guy I'd be mad about. But if it's tournaments, yeah, he could get some run and he could definitely pay off that price tag. Curry and Whiteside, Matt, or Fox and Canner? Fox and Canner for me. Unless both Holmes and Barnes are out, then I would probably go Curry and Whiteside. If we do know that Whiteside is going to see 24 minutes or 20 to 24 minutes, because it's a really good matchup. Bane or THT, Bane for me. Morant and Ayton or Paul and Canner. I like Morant and Ayton. I like Ayton a lot.
Ayton's another guy we haven't talked about, and he actually dropped tremendously in ownership because there's a lot of center options now.
We got a lineup from Shamar. He's got Lillard, Fox, Iguodala, who we haven't mentioned, KCP, LeBron James, Butler, Tillman, Kaminsky, Ayton for tournament. I don't hate it. I like the KCP play. I'm not high on Iguodala. Kaminsky, I know, had a strong game last game, but again, just the minutes kind of scare me there. But for tournaments, sure. Blake has a tournament, Matt. He's got Ja, Caruso, Bane, Tillman, Canner, Russ, THT, and Dame. I like that. LOL, you guys are Fubi. F-U-B. Oh, fine.
He means fine. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
We're also Fubi.
We are Fubi too. GPP lineup from Aaron, Matt. We got James, Bane, Concher, PJ Washington, Draymond Green, Dame, Tillman, and Canner. I like that. Lance, it's a big tourney on FanDuel. Lillard, Melton, Trent Jr., Rozier, Oubre, LeBron, Crowder, Thad Young, and Zeller. That's definitely different. So if that's a huge tournament, which you said it is, I like that a lot. Chips and tournaments. Chips always in GPPs. Where's Chips?
It's not very fast.
Chips is in bed sleeping, so I can't talk about Chips is the fastest in all the land. What's the deal with the Top Shot Pats? Matt, you got to get involved, my dude.
Listen, guys, our video got another 200 views, TJ, today. Go back and watch the legendary pack opening if you don't know what Top Shots is. You guys will get the hype after you watch that. Promise. It's the last Top Shot video that we posted.
Fox and Booker or LeBron and Hallie Burton. I like LeBron. Hallie Burton's going to get minutes.
Man, I keep looking at Hallie Burton, man. I love that play tonight. I really do.
Yeah. Westbrook, a solid play tonight for tournaments, Lance. I don't think we're going to go there in cash. Lillard or LeBron? I like that over-under is just, it's against the Wizards, man. Like, I think I like Lillard over. McDermott got 12 minutes last time and got minus 0.5 fantasy points. Yeah, Nick, but if he starts, I do like him as a last piece. It's not like I'm going out of my way to roster McDermott.
Yeah.
As long as he starts. If he's coming off the bench, no interest.
We had this talk yesterday. If they're starting and getting starter minutes, we absolutely love them at a min price tag. That's just all there is to it. Any green.
Okay.
Sorry.
So it's Avdija.
It's Avdija. Yeah, it's just without the J. Okay. Right. That's what I said.
Avdija. Okay. I'm going to keep saying Avdija to piss everybody off.
Okay.
Thanks for the tip, guys. Definitely holding on to them. Love it, Sargon. You guys don't need to apologize. Oh, thank you, Steven. Appreciate that, man. Anybody that wants to complain can watch another channel. Love that. I love that. Give it to him, Steve. Man's Caruso's receding hairline is going to drop 30 tonight, carrying me to victory. I like that. So no, him and I both. The hairline for me has not been pretty these last couple months for you, boy. I used to have the best hair. Amanda can attest to it. My hair used to be so good. You shut up. You got a good hairline.
You can't see it because it's red.
Oh, my buddy Bobby said, yeah, Steven was making fun of my buddy Bobby. Said it was that guy sent a dollar tip after winning 800. Yeah, that's the way it is, Steven. It's okay.
It's $1 more than I have, so.
Yes. Wiggins are healed for tournaments. I say Wiggins. Lillard, LaMelo, Beal, Bane, Butler, Temple, Bertans, Crowder, Carter Jr. for tournaments. Max, I do like that. That $2 tip got it. Was better off just saying thanks. Yeah, that's my buddy, guys. He's one of my good friends in real life. So that's why he was just, he's being a douche. No, love Bobby. I may buy stock in Dapper Labs. Ooh.
Can you even do that? Dapper Labs definitely does not have a ticker.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Real quick, I'm going to cut you off. I got a question. What's Zhang's minutes for Memphis? It's at 18 right now. I don't mind the play for GPPs, actually, TJ. So
yeah, he's a monster fantasy player. He is. What is he, 1.3? Zhang 1.04. All those guys, I don't believe.
Yeah, TJ, what's your hoodie looking like? Snow just
Oh.
there. We got that fire hoodie. Yeah, do you know what? I have not been paying attention to our merchandise sales, guys. If you have not bought a merchant or any of our sweaters, wow, that's really loud. You disconnected your.
Can you hear me?
No.
Yeah.
Can't.
Yeah, I
There
know.
you go. You're good now. Nope, now you're not. Oh, it's back and forth. Yeah, those hoodies are actually very comfortable, and Snow, you can hype them up too.
I can't move.
Okay, you're good.
I have to stay still.
You're good now.
Yes. Right now, yeah. Lillard or Curry, DK, GPPs. I still like Dame. We got a lineup from Dave. We got Dame, Melton, Beal, Booker, Mikal Bridges, Oubre, Kuzma, Crowder, and Canner. That's for tournaments, Dave. I don't hate that. Crowder. Winslow. Ooh. Justice Winslow making his season debut tonight. Interesting. Very interesting. I mean, he's not gonna play minutes. He'll play 15, maybe 10. I don't know. He hasn't played in so long. Yeah, his hip was all messed up. Came from Miami. Matt, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Unfortunately.
Okay, perfect.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about Justice Winslow. Yeah, don't play him.
Bo says Danny Green for cash tonight. Yeah, you know what? If Danny Green was playing, absolutely.
Yeah, so no, the comfy. Does Sano have a hoodie?
Yeah, he does. I sent him one.
You're a beast, Sano.
Yeah.
You're a beast. Let's see here. Slate just broke, said Aaron, because of Winslow. I love that. Forget Avdija.
Dude,
Is it Hallie Burton or Hallie Burton? Yeah,
don't do that
I
to
say
us.
Hallie Burton, but I
Don't
think
do
it's
that.
Hallie Burton.
Is
I think
it
it's
really?
the I, obviously. Yeah, it's Hallie Burton.
Dude,
Yeah, we're idiots.
Winslow, when he played on Miami, he was nasty fantasy point per minute wise. I hope he does
Yeah,
that
no,
for
he was good.
Memphis.
He was good. He won't. There's too many young kids. He won't play a lot.
That's so annoying because he's a good player.
This Sandman said this week the cheat sheet and late Discord chat paid for 3 months of Patreon. Love that, Sandman. Good. Is THT a good play? Thank you. You guys are awesome. Richard, you are awesome. Thank you for the love, baby. I don't like him in cash.
Yeah. GPP maybe.
Tournaments at 3,600.
Dude,
yeah,
I'm
for
telling
sure.
you
Especially
that
if he's gonna
game.
play. Yeah, if he's gonna play 26, 28 minutes again, like yeah, I can get behind that.
I just hate that total, man. I really
tournament,
do.
Is Joe Val a better play than Canner now? I hate
No.
Joe Val. I think Canner's gonna play more minutes.
Canner's a great play tonight.
Joe Val's a
Whoa.
good play too, but he's not gonna play more than
Whoa.
30 minutes.
$10
What?
donation. Shamar, thank you so much with the super chat little emoji.
Oh, Shamar, you're a beast.
That's
baby.
amazing. Number one fan. Really appreciate that. We really do appreciate that. That's awesome. It's the first time we got a little
Shamar,
sticker.
love that. Thank you, man. What do you guys think about Bane for Memphis? Jason, I think you can play him in cash. So no, I love that. All right, Matt, that's it for the questions.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and cut it there.
That just hyped me up. All right, let's go ahead and get off, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you guys haven't signed up for Super Draft, the link is in the description. We talk about Super Draft all the time. Also, Jockmark. If you guys have any questions, feel free to DM us. TJ, that was a great stream. Let's go ahead and end that. I'm going to be updating all the Patreon news. Cash Court. Ooh,
Why do we keep forgetting? This is like the third straight day.
I don't know. We were just on a roll.
Hallie Burton. I like Hallie Burton, though. I like the way it's.
I want to start out by giving my cash core because it's fire.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and include Tillman in there and also Bane. Let's go ahead and include Damian Lillard in there and also Cantor. I want to include both those Portland guys. They have such a good matchup. Tillman, Bane, Lillard, and Cantor for me, TJ.
All right, I have Tillman, I have Bane, I have Dame, so I have those three. I'm probably gonna have Cantor in my one, make him my lock. If Barnes and Holmes are out,
okay,
I love De'Aaron Fox at 8K. If just Barnes is out, I love De'Aaron Fox. If they both play, I love De'Aaron Fox. So as much as I want to say De'Aaron Fox, I'm going to say De'Aaron Fox.
Okay.
And then, I think in that lineup of those core four, like LeBron would probably be my next piece that I want in there at 10-2.
All right, guys, I just want you to pay attention to both of our stances here. We both skipped over LeBron James. Just saying. LeBron James is a good play still. We just skipped. I think there's better plays out there in terms of upside for
And
GPP. Over LeBron.
Oh, who over LeBron? Literally, I didn't hear the last 30.
Okay, I said we picked some good players over LeBron James. So our stance is not as bullish as the public on LeBron. So I will say that we like guys like Lillard. I like Zach LaVine a lot as a pay-up option. Those guys
like
might
LaVine
take
more
pride.
than LeBron.
I do. I do. In terms of upside. TJ.
If you're running a cash and you have to get one of those two in, who are you getting?
It depends on lineup construction. Just want to say that.
Right.
But
Of course.
I do like Zach LaVine tonight. I do.
Okay. I think I would have LeBron, but
Okay.
I do like LaVine.
LaVine just has such, you know what I'm about to say. All right. Anyway, let's go ahead and sign off, guys. Thanks for tuning in. With all that being said, let's cash.
Love you guys.